Disclaimer. The following program contains opinions, exaggerations, and humor not meant to be taken as facts or advice of any kind. The Pour Horsemen are not doctors, lawyers, or life coaches, though we may dress like it from time to time. This is entertainment, people. Laugh responsibly, sip carefully, and remember, it's all jokes until it's not.
All right. Episode 354 of the Pour Horse. We almost didn't make it to this today. Like, there's been a lot of stuff going on this morning before we got started. But you've got LP here, back with the top button talk. And a little down for me, Energizer. Now, next to me, this is another foreign jersey. I don't even know what league this is or what sport. We got DJ. So, what are you wearing, brother?
It's just a hockey jersey, man. No.
But what country is this?
It's not a team. It's just a brand.
So he just made up his own brand of hockey jerseys. All right. Next to him, who decided to leave the country for a couple weeks and then show up in a Hillary Clinton pantsuit, we have Raquel. How you doing, Armory?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling great. I had to dip out for a second.
Okay. And then we got our brother. Now, this is a new thing I haven't seen ever. He cut a pair of khakis into shorts and then tucked his shirt into it. As a matter of fact, brother, Don P, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Let's get it popping.
And then, of course, our brother in the back who hadn't ate in 40 days and 40 nights. We have our brother Energizer, and we typically would go to him, but we have some breaking news. So, Energizer, how are you today first? We're going to come back to you in 1 second because we do have some breaking news we got to address. But how are you, brother?
I'm amazing and unstable.
Okay. We're going to come to you in one moment. So, breaking news on the screen, if we don't mind seeing, because this is Houston. So, the Phoenix Suns are trading two-time NBA Finals Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10 pick in the 2025 draft, and 5 second-round draft picks. I'm sad that Dre is gone. That's really what I'm sad about more than anything. But just 1 minute, fellas. How do we feel about that? Anybody? Phil, you first.
This is the saddest day in Houston sports, man. All y'all jumping up for joy. He's not gonna bring us a championship. What are we doing, man? We should have let Jalen Green and them develop. This is only like his 4th season. Man, we should have kept that core group together, man. They was responding well. They made a huge jump when Ime Udoka took over. Man, we going backwards if you ask me. It's cool that he here. Okay.
Okay, all right. Silk, how you feel?
Hey, man, let's go, dog. I'm over the moon. Jalen Green wasn't it, man. I'm sorry. Jalen Green was not it. I'm a Miss Drea. Just randomly seeing her around the city was always a blessing. However, Kevin Durant is going to bring a championship to Houston, man.
Okay, all right. Energizer, what you think, brother? What you think?
Bro, it's a lose-lose trade, first and foremost, but I will say this. Jalen Green head was not in the game. He resembled another 2 prior guards that we relied on that choked during the playoffs. So we saw those symptoms. We needed to relieve it. And Dillon Brooks, he seemed to bring out the best in his competition by not shutting his damn mouth. So, either way, we taking that L. So good luck.
Okay, Armory, do you now you came dressed like you're running for president in 2028?
You never know. I might be.
Okay, do you have anything to share as we pivot back to unstable about KD? Anything to share?
I'm shocked by the trade. I was looking forward to seeing the team develop, with the younger guys. But hey, if Silk says he can bring a championship, I want to see it happen.
Okay, all right. So now, brother Energizer, your weekly rants have made people's day. So let's throw it to Energizer and see what he unstable about today, brother.
You know what? As I thought about it, and we got off course today and didn't come to me first. As a matter of fact, I'm not the one that's unstable. It's the world. At this point, I'm sick of everything that I have seen, and I don't even watch the news. If it ain't Ted Cruz getting schooled during his interview with Tucker Carlson, like, why would you even go on there if you knew you were not intellectually stable enough to spar with this man? Then we got sales of basketball teams. It's like, what do you go after basketball? Then you got Iran, you got Israel. What are y'all doing? What are we really fighting about? Right? So when it all boils down to it, the world just needs to sit their ass down, drink water, mind their business, and STFU. We need to, I'm really looking forward at this point, if there is another planning coming up and everybody just got to unplug and sit down, bro, I'm looking forward to it because the world is just out of control on every single front. And Houston, y'all ain't escaped this unstable because y'all have just turned into the brunch capital of the world. So much so that y'all are breaking furniture when y'all big asses sit down. Y'all have a good one. I go by the name of Energizer DJ LP. Back to you.
Hey, you know, brunch is delicious though. Like, brunch is really a special time. I don't know who decided to combine breakfast and lunch, but whoever that brother was one of the wise people. Theo, before we go to Rock or Armory real quick, tell us, how do you feel about brunch, brother? That's just a thing I want to know.
Brunch is a beautiful thing. It's a good date. Brunch is a good date, right? Go on a good date. Brunch is it's special, man. I don't know, man.
Got some stories.
Yeah, I do. Brunch is a beautiful place.
Yeah, I'd like to have a full brunch breakout in one of our episodes, but we'll do that here.
The freaks come out for brunch.
Hey, and you know we don't mind the freaks. All right, but now, Armory, you've been gone. Someone might say you've been vacation bay right now. So kind of give a little background, what was going on with you, and then bring in our first segment if you don't mind.
Yes. Well, I first have to say I missed y'all niggas, okay?
That's great. Wait, hold on. That's wild. Like, damn.
I missed y'all. It is what it is. But I had a good time. I was out in Phuket, Thailand, and I needed that vacation. It was much needed. I had a good time. One of my favorite things that I did was we went to this thing called Yona Beach Club, and they took us to the middle of the ocean, and it was like a day party. Speaking of brunch, it was like a brunch day party vibe, Sunday fun day, all on a boat, and it was amazing. So some other things took place out there, but you know, we had some good times.
Okay, now as we were talking before the pod, I think you are really turning up out there. So was your friend in this video, or is this just people that you found? Because I thought I saw you in the back twerking and texting, but I'm not sure if that was you or not.
With the foolery. So it wasn't me in the back twerking and texting, but I did come across this video while I was on vacation, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. It was kind of situation. So this is called Vacation Bay Gone Wrong. So let's check it out.
All right. We cut it. Rock, I'm going right to you.
So
twerking and texting is a real thing.
I mean,
what was going on?
So this is my thing. So I guess it was a couple walking down the street. They're in Miami. I know y'all familiar with Salt Bae. You know, he's the one that got his little hand with the dash of salt and stuff. So she proceeds to go into the restaurant while she sees him and starts texting. Starts twerking in front of a dinner table of men in Salt Bae while her dude is there. People in the comments are going crazy because they're like, I don't think she was wrong. And I think she was completely out of line. First and foremost, you are with your guy, whether you was with your guy or not. You shouldn't just think that it's okay. Let me just go in this restaurant and shake my butt. Like, it's cool. And I feel like, because she walked in with some girls too. So you didn't think that none of your friends thought to stop you before your dude walked down the street?
So I'm going right to you first. Phil, you next. Energizer, I see it. And then Silk, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
Now, is that inappropriate what she was doing in Miami, catching vibes on vacation? Was it inappropriate what she was doing?
I think it was inappropriate what she was doing.
Well, that's because you're wearing a church pantsuit right now. Like, maybe you serve the Lord in your house.
But no,
other people might have enjoyed that.
But this is the thing. It was just disrespectful to her guy. If she was single, living her best life, then okay, cool. That's a different story. But you are with your guy. You are with your dude. That's the ultimate disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you could have potentially put your man in a situation where it could have got real bad. You just never know.
Okay.
I think it was out of line.
Don, what you think, brother?
So bro was on creatine or something.
A little extra, but still.
Hey, but nah, she was wrong. You can't do that, man. Too many men around. I get it. Y'all probably out having a good time. Maybe they was vibing, having a good drink, had some good drinks. But you can't go twerking because you see Salt Bay. And, come on, man. That's just a little bit too much. I would not have been as animated as bro. But I would definitely would have pulled out. Like, come on, don't do it. You gonna put me in a sticky situation. See, what women have to understand, all women, unattractive or attractive.
Wait,
Man.
hold on. Wait 1 second.
Because that's the thing.
Wait, hold on. Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. The unattractive piece. What was that for? You got to explain that first.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because men love their women, whether they're unattractive or attractive. And if you put a man in a situation where it's their woman or they gonna crash out behind their women, man. Don't play with nobody woman. Man.
All right, now the two
And if
fellas
they
who,
unattractive and they love them, that's real love.
oh, no doubt. Yeah, but hold on. I'm gonna come
Okay.
to you in a job. I got you. So y'all work in nightlife. All right. So y'all get the chance to see a variety of things and a variety of things go down. Silk, have you ever been in this situation? Energizing you next.
Where my girl was twerking
No,
or
where
somebody
you've seen a
else's?
situation like that. We know that your
now-
girl ain't gonna disrespect you like that.
No.
We know that.
No.
So what you think?
I have seen where women get a little extra when certain guys come around. So there was a group of men that walked into an establishment that I was DJing, and there was a group of women who were with guys, and they were on this staged area. Now, when this group of older gentlemen walked into the spot,
You talking about the Salt and Pepper Gang?
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but
Oh my
Say
niggas
it,
got
yo,
that
shout out to
bullshit.
shout out to my
a little
niggas,
beard
man.
now,
Shout out to
yo.
my
I've
niggas.
been working on it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, Salt and Pepper walking this thing, and slowly you see the women start to migrate a little bit closer to where the Salt and Pepper Gang was. The guys that they were with took offense to that, obviously, and a fight ensued.
Oh, so there was Plex.
It was a little plex.
There was some Plex.
It was
you know,
plex.
we learned that last
Yes,
week.
we learned what that
Energizer,
was.
have you been in this situation before? What are your thoughts on this, brother?
First, I'd like to acknowledge that you recognize the weather in Houston. It was Plex that it transpired after that. Phil, yeah, Buddy did crash out. He sounded like he robbing the place. That sounds like how he ended up there. And like he said, when a man loves a woman and she's unattractive, that's real love. So you really just don't want to end up on the other side of that. Now let's go to the root of the subject. The root of the subject matter is the young lady wrong. I say this young man who sounded like he was about to rob the place should have realized that he had a stray female dog on his hands. What? There were signs. He tried to put her on the leash. She tugged away. When he walked forward, she dragged. The one time they walking down the street in Miami and he said, you know what? We gonna let you roam without the leash. She then ran in there and started wagging her tail at Salt Bay. Yeah, I'm crashing out. They lucky. And if it was me, I would have took desserts and a drink and some food.
Stop. Look, like, why is he ruining the whole night now?
Yeah.
Now the
night
whole
is
thing is
gone.
ruined.
And I gotta let her go.
Now the whole thing is ruined.
Immediately, let her go.
So my thoughts are a little different. And I was on shout out to Couple Conversation. Armory and I were a part of their live show yesterday, and they kind of brought that question to me as well. You know, Cardi B, this song hurts my feelings first off because she says I'm so small and tiny. He in my DMs, he let him dunk me like a basketball. That hurt. Those words hurt me.
Why
So
they hurt?
anyway, Cardi got a song called Outside. So they were asking me like, what if your wife wanted to go outside? Yada, yada, yada. And I was like, hey, what she's done in the past or what she wants to do doesn't have an impact on me if she's not disrespecting me. So I kind of feel like bro man should have let that slide for a little bit and then just talk to her after all that. That ain't going nowhere.
That was a
That's
lot.
gonna make her do it again.
That was a lot.
They'll do it again. Now, Rock, have you or Marie, sorry, have you ever done a situation where maybe you have embarrassed a man or put a man in a poor situation? Stop smiling because we know you're gonna say yes. But go ahead. What have you done?
I would say yes, but he was also very toxic.
No, now you're.
Why is there always a
accountability?
but?
Yes, accountability is real. please be accountable for your own actions.
Okay. So we were in college and we were at this tailgate, and some people were, shooting a shot at me, but I can handle myself. I don't have to engage in every conversation that a guy tries to have with me. But on his side, he's thinking, oh, if I am trying to tell somebody no, he immediately thinks, oh, y'all already exchanged numbers, whatever the case is. So he starts freaking out, like literally freaking out. He took my promise ring. We had a room that night because he came in my promise ring.
Yo.
That's how you know we were young.
Oh,
We were
yeah,
young.
okay,
We were
okay.
like college.
Hold on.
What?
Camera back on me.
Yo.
Rock had, or Armory had a promise ring, y'all.
Yo.
This is bananas.
I feel like I'm saying
what-
my age now.
you really are. Like,
ATL.
promise ring is a crazy thing.
Dude,
He
what
took
is
it
this,
back.
ATL?
And he took it back.
He snatched it off
She
your
knew.
neck.
He smashed
I don't want to
it.
skate with you
I
no
don't
more.
want to kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
Yeah, promise ring is crazy.
Hey,
So-
I did have a situation on LP. I was in a tournament. Me and my girlfriend at the time, or the lady I was talking to, she takes a picture of DJ Augustine. Hold on, bro. You wanna see me sitting right here? What I do? Man, don't take no picture of no nigga while I'm sitting here, man. Like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. I don't give a damn if he in the NBA or the NFL. Fuck that nigga, man. Take no picture of that nigga while I'm sitting here, man. Yeah, that nigga he gave me 50. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. So she took the picture because he gave you buckets. Like, I know.
That was after the fact.
Yeah, I know, because she probably was like, hey, maybe I made a wrong choice.
Hey,
You
DJ
know what I'm saying? It could have been time to go to the other side. Silk.
DJ is a tough cover.
Yeah, okay. now, Silk, you've played all levels of sports.
Yeah.
Have you had a lady with a wandering eye, maybe interested in getting the salt sprinkled on her just a little bit?
I ain't never had nobody blatantly disrespect me like she did. And I get what you're saying, let her have her fun, but you gotta operate different when you with your homegirls than when your man is with you. You have to move different. You just have to.
Okay, so I'm gonna propose a question to everybody here, and you really have to say there's like a yes or no. There's not a lot of wiggle room here.
Okay.
Is that a relationship ender, or is that something that you can communicate yourself through? Because if you yelling down your woman like that,
Yeah.
I don't think you really like her. Energizer, I'm coming to you first.
You on the clock. you on the clock. Because these are the signs. If you
Yeah.
miss these signs now,
Okay.
yeah.
Phil.
Nah, we could talk. Me at this age, we could talk. 30-year-old Phil, we not talking.
Okay, all right, Silk.
It's a conversation. I don't think it's a relationship ender. I think we could talk about that. And now if it happens again after the conversation, then hey man, I tried. I did my due diligence. I tried to communicate. I was very open in how I felt. And you chose to twerk in front of Gordon Ramsay next time. So I don't know.
Damn.
Now, Armory, your man. Let's say he's not twerking, because that's wild. But let's say that he
Relationship
is,
ender.
let's say that he is doing some close face-to-face contact with someone with a nice BBL, like one of the small ones that you can't tell is a BBL, like that still feel real in real time. So how would you feel about that? Why y'all laughing? They out there, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
Those
laughing 'cause
BBLs are real.
I'm laughing because I know exactly what you're
You know what I'm
talking
saying? Like, it's the ones that feel real. You know what I'm saying? But Rock, how you feel? Or Amory, how you feel?
Ooh, I would say it's a conversation, but it's a deal breaker for me. Honestly,
He's not allowed to have a conversation with a slim, thick BBL.
But it's not the fact of who he's having a conversation with; it's the close proximity.
But he got to smell her too to make sure that she, he
Why
got to make
does
sure
he
she's
have-
reasonable.
But why does he have to smell her?
That's what we do. We need the pheromone in us. You know what I'm saying? We got to
You need
know
be
that it's
smelling
real.
Me, come smell my pheromone.
No, he knows yours.
We already know what
he-
you smell
Whoa.
like.
Yeah, we don't want that no more. He want to
Yeah.
smell the BBL.
These
He
are
bought
the-
that shit.
I got one.
All right, what you got there, John?
I'll tell you one that we should be discussing. It's the hug that transpired that us as men witnessed. Now,
that's
I had
good.
this happen, and this is going to segue us into the next subject after this. a woman that I dated who made more money than me. We out and she ran up to a guy who she hadn't seen in a while. Yeah, it was a slight trot.
Run is crazy.
A light gallop. And there was this screech and this excitement and the over the neck hug that I never received that.
So like a Michael Ealy situation.
Possibly. I don't even know what transpired there, but very similar. And it was a conversation, but it was a lot of side eye, and the drive home was like this.
Yeah, oh yeah. The drive, that's a tough drive home. Yeah, I agree. So in that, we know that if you're on vacation, this is the problem. I'm assuming that she was the one paying for that trip. Because she wouldn't have had as much gumption to be doing all that had it not been her bread.
Maybe.
And a lot of people are in relationships. You know, actually, I've been in my wife has made more money than me at a time. I know a lot of men where, you know, women may not be necessarily the head of the household, but they may make more money. Yeah. So, Don, I'm going to throw it to you first. Okay. How do you feel maybe being with a woman who could potentially feel like she is the head of the household making more money?
Well, I don't know about head of the household, but I definitely was in a situation where a woman made way more than me. It wasn't even close. It's not for the weak of heart for a man. I'm not gonna lie to you. When your woman makes more money than you, for me personally though, I had to take a long look in the mirror and say, do I want to help her pursue these dreams? Because we're together. We in this thing about 5 years at this time. So I'm like, you know what? Let me help build this. And we built something that was beautiful. Now, still in that, it's our community that'll make you feel bad about helping your significant other build something. And it shows her being at the top. And it looks like you at the bottom or you eating off of her. But it's actually teamwork. Nobody sees that. And so when a woman makes more than you, it's not a shot to your ego. What should boost your ego is that this woman has you by her side. What can you do to uplift her, and what is she gonna do to uplift you? That's what it's all about.
So you would say that the pressure for you to make more money came from the community and not your lady.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Now, she did have big aspirations for me that I could not see at the time. She definitely did. She used to drill it in my head all the time. But the confusion comes when people are saying, oh, he living off of her or he's doing this. And it's just our community. Okay. It's just our community. They'll turn you against one another when it ain't even like that.
All right, Silk, what you got?
I think your situation is unique just because of the magnitude and how public it was.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew who y'all were and everybody kind of knew where she stood. You feel what I'm saying? But in just the normal day to day where nobody can see that, you were in a good situation if there was no outside interference. You feel what I'm saying? Because y'all had it worked out within y'all's relationship. All right, you got this going. This is gonna help us be whatever we want to be. Then I'm gonna put everything into you right now. And then whenever you get to your spot, boom. Now we can double back, and now we can, get us both here. But that don't happen all the time. Sometimes it's just women, especially when you're dealing with black women. Black women are very driven. Right. Super. And I've seen that from my mom. I've seen that from my sisters. I've seen that from the women that I've dated. Black women are very driven, and it's a gift for us to deal with that. But at the same time, as men, it can be hard to deal with the fact that, damn, she do make more money than me. But this is where the teamwork comes in. She has to still allow you to lead. At the end of the day. Yeah, you bring more money home, but when we are in this house, I'm the head of this thing, right? And you have to allow that man to do that. And if she can't, and if that's something that you need as a man, which I think all men should lead their households, then it ain't gonna work out.
Rock, what you think?
So this is a very interesting conversation because I have been in a situation where I was making more money than my significant other. And it was okay in the beginning. And to your point, Phil, about you saying it has to take a strong mentality for a man to be in that situation and not be phased. And I feel like I didn't have that man that was strong mentally. It was a lot of over the head, like hanging stuff over the head. And I started to feel very stressed, and I started to resent him because of how he was treating me. He was almost as if he was trying to dim my light in certain things, or making me feel bad for being successful, you know what I'm saying, going out to these meetings and trying to close deals and having negotiations with things. He was making me feel like I'm not doing what I need to be doing. And so it kind of made me feel like I was resenting him. Like, okay, well, if you're doing X, Y, Z, and then it didn't help that he was cheating on me at the same time. So
hey, he a wild boy. Hold on, put the camera on me.
That's a real
hey,
thing,
brother.
though. It's crazy.
Sometimes it is fun to get some strange. But if your household is being paid for, you might want to hide the strange. I'm not telling you don't do it. Just hide it, though. My bad. Back to you, Harvey. Back to you.
But no, like that, and what that did for me was cause me to be very bitter. And that's when another version of myself came out, where I essentially started disrespecting him. Because I'm like, if we, first of all, making more money than you, two, something is half the stuff is in my name. We share one car. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, am I the dummy? So
you might have been. All right, what you got for us, brother? What you got?
So it's two different dynamics we need to address in this scenario. I share the one that Phil speaks on, where we're contributing to our partner's dream. That's a different dynamic, okay?
Yeah.
That trade-off, when you're contributing to that partner, we're essentially we use the term dimming light. We are dimming ours in a way because we're allowing them and empowering them, and we're putting in that work. So yeah, you as the female might get the shine that comes from it, but it was a us thing, because the counseling during pillow talk, the waking up early, all the other things, the intangibles that no one speaks about, the wisdom that we bring to the table, certain leadership, we bring that to the table. So that's a more volatile dynamic if you have any level of toxicity that goes on, especially communities, especially family members. And then if you're insecure in any fashion, that's going to disrupt that relationship. It's going to be a problem. So it takes a lot of maturity. The other dynamic, which I think is probably more manageable as long as you don't cheat and you be on the BS, is if she, like in your situation, LP, if y'all are in two different places. Let's say she's an executive and you're just transitioning in jobs, or let's just say hey, I've been holding it down for the past years. Let me transition skills and go to another job. Hey, hold us down. Well, you don't lose that leadership in the house. You're still the man. Right. She's just your partner that's being the equal right now, and she's going to hold down the fort. And when you're ready to step back up, boom, no harm, no foul. So I think that's a dynamic that we really need to look into when men are sacrificing that quote unquote monetary provision role that we have as the male of the household.
Now, it makes a lot of sense too, because if you look at some of the data, in comparison to other communities, about a quarter of Black women make more than the man in their relationship. But if you look at other communities, it's like 15% or less. So there is a gap.
Yeah.
And if you've noticed also, more Black women, if we concerned about our community the most, they're more educated.
Yep.
They have more upward mobility. They've started more small businesses. Actually, in Houston, one of the data things is that Black women have accelerated like small business more than any other community in the city.
Definitely.
So the majority of the business that gets started, opportunities that come from a Black woman now.
Yeah.
So we might, as men, have to consider that there may be a time where you support that woman.
Yeah.
You uplift her some. You might have to take a step back, but at the same time, to Energizer's point, that doesn't take away your role as the man. Now, this is where I wanted to just pivot a little bit, because head of the household, Silk even kind of alluded to, well, you can still be the head. What does that actually mean in 2025? Because most households I know, joint income. Everybody working multiple jobs. The economy sucks. Inflation been crazy. What does head of the household really mean in 2025? Phil, you first.
Oh man, head of the household. Shit, I really couldn't tell you. Cause it's really a toss up at this point, right? If the woman, let's just keep with the scenario, right? The woman is making all the money, right? You supporting her or doing whatever you do. Sure, you probably got a job. It ain't really what she got, right? Let's just say she's making 10 grand a month. You making 3 grand a month or 4 grand a month. Most of the bills, I'm sure, especially the rent, the important shit, she's probably paying. The mortgage, all that shit. So now, it's difficult when a woman is paying the mortgage and the rent to say, hey, don't you do that.
Shouldn't it be all money in, though?
It should
be all money. Like, if once it's coming to this bank account, all of us in
it
this.
should be. Yeah. But if we're not married.
But see, that's the problem.
Yep.
Like, I think once you start living with people, then y'all need to sacrifice in the way that y'all are like in a real relationship at that point.
I believe that to be true. But in the black community,
that's
what's
the problem.
Mine is mine, and what's yours is yours. If we're not married, I learned something significant when we used to go to the magic shows in Las Vegas. I sat down with an Asian brother whose wife was killing the shoe game. I forgot the name of this company, and I asked him. I say, "What you do in this company?" He said, "Oh man, I just do the numbers." I say, "So you don't mind helping your woman succeed in life?" He's like, no, that would be stupid for me not to put my expertise into what she's doing and us grow to this. He was like, she was my girlfriend.
Now, let's be real. If your woman is making all the money, you have to pipe down crazy. Like the pipe game has to be insane. Yeah, it has to be. Like you cannot skip out. Like if she's like, yo, I need it right now. Yeah. Drop what you're doing,
do it
because I'm
right
about to
now.
screw it.
Especially,
you have to do it. Like, period.
Especially in the black community, man. You gotta have. You do have
Blue
to have
Chew. Use our code for POU because you need to give awesome. You do awesome. I gotta say it multiple times.
Gotta be A+.
Pipe game. It gotta be A1.
Look, I'm like, and don't forget the head either.
Now, Amory, but you were making the most money. He was on the couch. Was he ready?
Now you see? No, wait. Now you see what you just did?
Hey, he was.
You just emasculated my brother.
Well, he should have been bricked up as soon as she came home. He wasn't bricked up. As soon as she came home, then something was wrong. How hard was he? That's what we need to know right now.
No, I don't need to know that.
I don't want to know that.
Yes, we do.
That's an
I'm
LP
speak
question.
to that because at the end of the day, like I don't care how hard he was, I didn't want it because you was already sharing it.
Whoa.
I didn't want it anymore. Period.
See, that's a whole nother.
He was on the
that's
couch.
another topic for another day.
I got that pivot too.
Yeah.
I got that pivot too because I'm talking this common sense stuff right now, but I don't want to. I want to make sure I'm gonna keep it real. Like I was tripping too. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I do want to speak to the fact of the head of the household and not letting the monetary things get in the way of how your household should be, period. You know what I'm saying? Like your husband is supposed to be the head of the household, regardless of the money. Like Silk had mentioned, the man is supposed to still be treated as such or respected as such as the head of the household, regardless of the money, you know? So,
I mean, I still think though that there is a level of cachet that comes with making more money. Because in my experience, at least how I feel, women like to be with men who not necessarily are better than them, but have potential. Like that they can see that, hey, this brother can not only maybe support our family, but also take our family to places that we have the opportunity to do. So money, a lot of times, at least in our community, is a part of that. What's not a part of that in our community often is, do I take care of my kids? Do I, am I disciplined like I talked about on stage yesterday? Am I consistent? Can you count on me doing the things that I say? Yeah. And I think a lot of times in our community, all that gets missed because we go straight down to what's that pocketbook look like?
Yeah.
Can you take me to things? Can we go on vacation? Can we do that? When a lot of us, that shouldn't even really matter. And I think that's a lot of the European in us. Like we get that from other communities when really the black community should be more collectives. Like we should all be working together together, communities. We shouldn't subscribe to what our European brothers and sisters. Now, Energize, are you saying
I
yes?
agree with that.
What you got, brother?
100%.
So the European point is something that I was thinking when Amarie spoke about the head of household thing. I think it's twofold. One, I think that is for tax purposes how we ended up with the thought process. In our community, we're not really thinking of how we are really a communal type of setup. Our ancestry was that. So in the European thought process, it's who's the one person that's head that runs everything. So in me and my wife's ideology, she's a left eye, I'm a right eye. She's a left hand, I'm a right hand. So there are heads of the household. It could be equivalent to cars. Sometimes you have front wheel drive. Sometimes you have rear wheel drive. Some days I might be rear wheel drive. She can be front and navigate. I'm going to be the rear that's going to back her up. So, hey, what your mama say? Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. I could do that and still add the power, but she could do the navigation. And then there's other times where it's all wheel drive. We both need to be firing on all cylinders. Yeah. So if you are really in it, and this go to field point, we are really doing group economics in those relationships. We're not really doing the business side of a marriage like what LP is speaking to, because it's ours going to our household. Our corporations have merged into one corp, and we go take care of all these responsibilities. But when we do it relationship wise and we got that woman, then it turns into, well, shit, it's mine, it's yours. And if some stuff go down, we all scrounging to try to figure out whose goal is whose. So I think that's the biggest thing in 2025 that we're dealing with.
And that's real. And I'll kind of give a little bit of insight on like my relationship. You know, I've been married for a dub. You know, we celebrated that a couple weeks ago. But there's really a strategy on everything that we do. Like, so if there's a person whose credit is fucked up in the house, it's me. You know, I have all the debt. All the business loans, everything is in my name. Everything residential or commercial or real estate that we want to do is in my wife's name. So we kind of separated ourselves in a way as a business that we can manage our assets effectively. So if I'm down for a little bit, okay, it don't matter, because we can pull from these resources, use that 820 score that you may have over here to be able to leverage things on the other side. So there's real strategy in the way that goes. Silk, what you got?
But that comes down to you being the head of the household and putting that play together.
Yeah.
And that's what the head of household is. Like, it's like a locker room. Like, you have your best player, but you got to be the coach at the end of the day. Yeah. You got to drive this ship in the way. You got to tell your best player, all right, these are the things that you're good at. I need you to go perform in this way, and this way. And then I'm going to make sure this is going this way. And then we meet in the middle.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. And if you really think about it, we've been following this Diddy conversation, and a lot of that conversation around that was around security. Cassie being in a situation where she knew she would be comfortable at all times. Diddy was making the bread, so she was willing at some point to do all of these things to appease a man who was taking care of her. But, you know, Amarie brought us something back that as we've started to get more details, she was also kind of protecting herself in this also. Like, hey, as details gotten released, I want to make sure that maybe I'm not on Front Street. People can't see me in that. But that goes back to head of household. Diddy running his households as freak offs. You know, that's what he wants. Every woman that he has encountered, he's had multiple freak offs with, to the one, I'm sorry, I'm disgusted, 50 Cent's baby mama. She said that Diddy wanted an all-star game. And an all-star game would be 4 of the swollest, biggest meat men coming to knock her down all at one time. And when I read that in the transcript of the court, I was disgusted. What is he doing, bro? That hurt my heart.
The All-Star game?
All-Star game.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's a wild thing, ain't it?
My nickname is Freaky Phil. And I wanted to be removed because I'm not that freaky, bro. Like, bro has put me to shame with this shit, man. And bro, some stuff you just can't believe.
But we do have a video though, because as some of the details came out, Cassie, some of those things that she was doing has came to light as well. So we want to play something real quick and just kind of talk through what's really happening with this case, because I think, of course, Diddy is dead to rights. We're not saying that he did anything wrong, sure. But there is some accountability that needs to happen on all sides.
Yep.
We know drugs are involved. We know coercion is involved. We know manipulation is involved.
Yes.
But play this quick clip real quick, and it's just audio only. But we'll put it on the screen so y'all can hear how Cassie was talking to people who are involved in this as well.
You don't have to see it, but it's my life, and I'll kill you.
Yeah, but
No, I will kill you if you don't show me right now. I will kill you, and I will hide you, and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm going to kill you, and then he's going to kill you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that? Pull that up. I'm going to kill you. You don't. So you have to tell me right now, and I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me what the you're talking about.
Pissed.
Because this is not cool. We're not playing. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Like, you saw some Yes, you're my brother. Be my brother and tell me what you saw.
Now, double death is crazy. Energizer, what you got, brother? What you got?
First and foremost, we thought the whole time that Suge Knight was the villain. And for years, he took on that villain role. But he was telling y'all who the real villain was the whole time. Now you get to Diddy, we find out he's the freakiest villain that's ever existed. And now he's creating many light-skinned Kim Kardashian sounding villains. Because that's all she sound like. Now she specifically said she was recording. She threatened double death.
Double.
That really, I'm assuming with the hand pounding, was trying to drive in her point. But upon her saying she was recording, I take her less serious. It just sounded like she was coming off one of them villain highs from a freak off, and she just really wanted the material that she wanted. But I don't take her serious.
A freak off high might be incredible. I don't know.
It's like a runner's high.
I need to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Fuck forever.
I need one freak off high in my life.
I'm trying to see what that be.
Yeah,
like.
you know what I'm saying? I've been in a lot of environments. I have not been in a freak baby oiled up.
Come on,
you know
man. Glistening.
Meat glistening too. Let's go have you.
Whoa.
Everything glistening. You know
I'm
what I'm
trying
But
saying?
you know what
Listen
comes
on the
after that
beach.
freak off? You know what comes after that?
What?
Motherfucking brunch. After a freak off brunch? Imagine that brunch.
I'm telling you,
That's some hungry,
that
greasy,
brunch went
oily.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Boy,
What's that pink cocaine wear off?
No,
You hungry as shit.
stop. Now you're going too far.
you sprinkle a little of that on your eggs.
No, we're not doing that. All
At
right,
the powdered
Armory.
sugar.
Armory.
Pink cocaine smoothie.
Hold on. This is a real question for Armory. She's the only woman on the panel.
Okay.
Would you have participated? Hold on.
Oh Lord.
In a fraction of what was happening if you could have a full soft life forever. I'm talking never have to work, never have to lift a finger. People bathe you. People wash your hair. People cook every meal. People drive you everywhere. Would you have participated just a fraction in what was going on? Yes. I got her. I got her. I got her, y'all.
No.
I got her.
No.
It was too late.
Y'all not gonna like this, but I honestly would say no. Because but seriously, I'm serious because at the end of the day, trust me, I've experienced a lot of things while I was in college. So as far as like a fraction, I wouldn't because
Pause it.
I
Experienced a lot of things in college. We're getting into it. We're here right now.
Yeah.
What is that? What does that mean?
College freak offs.
What does the college
Okay.
freak offs look like?
Frat party freak
it was
offs.
not a college freak off, but however, I know of somebody who was trying to put me a pinpoint of. Let me just be honest.
Yeah, stop
I
dancing.
knew somebody who wanted me to be a madam for women.
A madam.
No,
See,
seriously.
she dressed like Hillary Clinton. When you dress like Hillary Clinton in '96, you definitely got madam vibes. That's what it is.
No.
How much money did you make?
You
Be
look like
honest.
you
Tell
go
us
on a
right
couple
now.
hoes.
Tell us right now. How was your pimping game?
I did not do it. I didn't go through with it because I saw a different side of it that didn't resonate well with
You
me.
didn't do a trial run.
You missed out.
You
on
didn't
that
You was gonna have to
experience.
slap up.
I know. You didn't do a trial run. Be honest. Like, see, look, we gonna get this out of Armory right now. We know for a fact she one day was like, I got 2 spring chickens. who would be willing to make a little money in the trap? Be honest. I know you. I know what school you went to.
The thought never ran through your mind.
It definitely did. I
maybe.
know what school she went to.
The thought ran through my mind.
Yeah.
However, I was just coming out of a blackmailing situation, and I could not put myself in that environment that would lose my scholarship.
Why do you have so
What
many
is
situations? Yeah, like hold on.
In college?
What in the
Blessed
Hillary
alone.
Clinton?
What are you doing right? Why do you have so many situations happening?
Look, let me tell you, I can't help the cards that were dealt to me. The blackmailing situation, it was seriously, I had no idea about it. I was trying to kick off my modeling career. I was doing print modeling for magazines.
Don't
and,
laugh. Why you laugh?
Because he's silly.
LP,
And
why
I
you
had
laugh,
this
bro?
shady
She telling you her
photographer who
dreams,
was
dog.
trying to build my portfolio.
Yeah.
And in the midst of him building my portfolio, he asked me out on dates.
Wow.
And I was like, no, I'm good, or whatever the case is. And
You gotta watch that photographer niggas, man.
Yeah.
No,
No.
seriously. And
Straight up.
Straight up. Hey,
I know a couple of them.
we know a couple photographers who want to hit it wrong. Like they don't even. That's all they do.
Photography
come on.
Diddy, is that you?
All right, back to our read. My bad.
You're good. You're good. And so
Tell us about how your madam days went. Go ahead.
that wasn't my madam days, but back to the blackmailing situation. I declined going out on a date with him. He was like pushing it hard or whatever the case is, and I was like, you know what, whatever. So I just said, don't worry about the portfolio. I don't care about it. Just let it go. And that took place in May, and then in October, I got a YouTube link. I got an email and with a YouTube link, and it was a photographer, and he just said enjoy. And it was a YouTube link, and it was a montage of me. And this was before I knew Photoshop was even a thing. He took my face and put it on a woman's torso that was topless. And that just threw me all the way off.
Oh, he hit you with the Jamie Foxx
Now,
episode.
now-
No, serious. That was a real
That's
thing.
a Jamie Foxx
Now,
episode.
Don P.
For real
Don
thing.
P. You look puzzled.
Yeah.
What's going on in your head, brother? What's going on?
You was put in a position to what people wanted you to be a madam, right? That's what you said, right? I've been in a position where people wanted me to be a pimp. Okay, let me tell y'all a story. All right, so this is a long, long time ago. Okay, I want to preference that. I had an apartment, and at any given day, I would have 5, 6, 7 women laying in a bed with me, chilling, watching TV.
7
It
is a
sound
lot.
like you was
Hey,
already
hold
a
on,
pimp.
So you damn busy, Larry.
Hold on.
Hold on. I got
No,
many people
look at
that
me.
can vouch
He
for
said,
me.
look
Look at
him.
me.
Look at him right now.
7 is a lot. No,
7 or
hold on.
8.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Like the Nutty Professor.
7 is a lot.
That's a lot of
7
women.
or
Don
8.
P.
Yeah.
7 is a lot.
7 or 8.
Were they nude?
College Diddy.
This wasn't even college. This wasn't even college. This was
This was 3 years ago.
20s.
So this was 3 years.
3 years ago. That's
7
crazy.
is a lot.
7 or 8. We just chilling though. We vibing. So my brother comes over. He say, "Hey, bro, won't you just be a pimp?" And I'm like, "Nah, it ain't. It's harder to pimp somebody than just chill with somebody." Now, I'm not saying we was having sex because we wasn't having sex. We was just chilling. It's just like
7 of y'all in the bed
But hold on,
just
this
chilling.
hold on.
Yeah,
Back to you and I.
okay.
This is
come
me
on.
and you
Let's do it.
talking.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. 7 and bro, you ain't have no California king.
I didn't. I had
You had a queen size
I
bed.
had a queen size bed.
And so if you had 7 women in a queen size bed,
Yep.
and y'all wasn't freaking off,
We wasn't.
you're off the pod. Like, what was no? Back to him and I. This is what's
Come on,
happening.
keep talking. Come on.
Because you're letting us down right now.
You bro, this
I'm
is
not, but
this
I'm
is a sad day.
Come on, keep
What
talking.
was going on with 7 women
Or 8.
or 8
Or
And y'all in
So
that
I-
hole
in
watching
a
Monk.
queen size? Because I know you didn't have 100 thread count sheets.
Nope.
So
Absolutely not.
So what was happening on that spring mattress with 7 or 8? Because it couldn't have been comfortable. It couldn't.
It was
bro.
actually
It's
very,
hot.
It was very comfortable.
You in
for
Houston?
me.
This was happening in Houston.
Oh yeah, summertime too.
No, at me. Look at me. What is going on?
I'm about to tell you.
Tell me.
okay.
How are they laid?
Okay, so check this out. I'm a cool nigga if you niggas don't know, man. And I've been putting on in the city for a long time.
Phil is definitely zip code famous. he is definitely zip code famous.
I'm way beyond zip code
Absolutely
famous.
not. No.
I could go anywhere in this state.
77002.
Nah,
Phil is
nah.
famous. Other than that, you get out of that.
It's
No.
way beyond
281, maybe 346.
But,
maybe. Go ahead.
But we was just chilling, bro, and it was just a vibe. We was just catching a vibe. Now, did I hit some? Of course, not all at the same time, but yeah, I definitely hit some. But nigga, this is, man, y'all gotta understand who I am. I don't pop my shit a lot, but I really can.
You're wearing you cut off khakis. You're not allowed to pop your shit today.
It's not cut off khakis. No matter what I put on, I'm gonna be swagged out. No matter if I cut them or didn't cut them. If I bought them like this, I'm gonna be swagged out. So it's just
That's that Leo showing up. You heard him? That's that Leo. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, why didn't you fulfill your pimp dreams?
I couldn't do that, bro. Being a pimp is something that you gotta be heartless. I got a heart.
Wait.
Yeah.
Boo. Marie and Phil could have went into business together.
Fuck out of here.
They could have been.
Now that's a hell of a power couple.
This power couple right here could have been the Madam
Phil and Rock.
and Sir.
You already got a Madam.
What?
Ain't
You
nobody
do.
fucking with you, Rock.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we set up this business right now?
Mine was short lived. It was like 2 months.
How long was yours? How long were you a Madam, Rock?
I wasn't.
You were? Why you lying?
I wasn't.
You're dressed like Hillary Clinton.
24
You were a
hours.
Madam. What are you talking
24
about?
hours.
But what gave? Wait. What gave the person the idea that you could do it? You were showing Madam-like symptoms.
what was you doing?
Yeah.
There were some
Everybody look
characteristics
at Rock
involved.
right now.
I was
Everyone.
I feel the heat.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that.
It's a hot seat for
Why
your
are you
ass.
pimping your friends at Southern University?
Look, I wasn't pimping my friends. I'm just a social butterfly, and people can, catch the drift, see how nice I am, and they tried to pull an okie doke, and it wasn't happening.
No, because see, we didn't look at Silk growing up and say you would be a great hockey player.
But
Somebody
everybody's-
said you have basketball characteristics
Yep.
and you tall and you got something, let's work with it.
So
what
what
is it that you did that gave them Madam-like vibes?
I know.
So let me say this. It wasn't something that something that I did. Somebody said to me, they put the scenario out to a few individuals, or I should say a few women on the track team. They said, "Are you having sex with your boyfriend?" And people, answered
Now,
yes.
to caveat, the Southern track team is bad.
Come on, man. Talk about
Like I'm
Everything
I'm
is
telling
Southern.
all of them.
Baton Rouge.
Like the entire track team. Now, I remember when Marie was on campus, because I might have a niece who was on campus at the same time, who was a dancing doll. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but they was bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like the whole team was bad. Back to Marie. My bad.
No, you're good. So majority of them said, and thank you for the compliment.
You
Majority
wasn't
of them-
included in that. No, you're not included. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not that. Like, you're the podcast. You're not included in that.
Whatever.
The rest of the team. The
Okay.
team who ran the 100 and the 200. You ran middle distance. What are you talking
I
about?
ran the 200 and down. I ran the 4 and down. 200 was my specialty.
Absolutely not.
There you
What
go,
do you mean?
Marie.
You did not make the 400 relay team.
I was on the 4x1. I was.
Oh, you
anchor.
was. You was on the
Yep.
4x1.
Yeah,
My bad. I lied.
Freshman
Okay.
year
Oh,
started.
you was the anchor.
That's on me. My
Four
bad.
she was the
and
anchor.
4x4.
She
Let's
was.
go.
Everybody shut
But
the
you
fuck
can't
up.
beat me in a race right now, though.
Let's put some money on it. Let's
Which
do
one to
it.
put on it?
Wait.
Field day.
We next game day, we're gonna do a field day also.
Well, that's next
And I'm a
Friday. So
smoke
catch me on.
Marie.
No, not
I'm a
next Friday.
smoker.
Not next week.
What we betting?
She's still trying to recover from Thailand, man.
Thank you, because it's 11 o'clock at night over there.
Okay. All right.
But yeah. So half the people said yes, and they were asking, okay, well, how would you like it if you were to have sex with someone, but you can make money from it?
They
If
gave
having
y'all a
sex with your
questionnaire?
boyfriends for free. And I was like, whoa, that was wild. So that's where that conversation prompted from. I'm just being honest.
Okay, like I think
This was a recruiter.
this was a headhunter.
Okay.
Pimping
Gotcha.
recruiting.
Gotcha.
This was a headhunter. Yeah,
But
this was a headhunter.
it was a guy who was asking this.
I know.
Yeah,
He was
that-
a
it makes
headhunter.
sense.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
head
It was a
hoe.
pimp
Phil's
named
uncle.
Slickback.
Oh yeah. It was
on his
Phil,
Louisiana side of the
it was
family.
Phil's okay. All right, so we gonna get out of here. And weekly, we decided that since we're also life coaches, we need to be able to give people a little advice just to get themselves through their week. There's a lot going on each week. We need to make sure we encourage our people. So, Energizer, I'm gonna throw it to you first. What piece of encouragement or advice you want to give the community today?
Man, turn off the distractions. Get rid of the noise. It's a lot of chaotic things that go on in this world that are not for you and who you are in your being. All right. So if you are going to do anything else to serve who you are, please do that and start looking within you. Work on your relationship with God and work on the healing side of you because it's just a lot going on. And my last one, don't be a slave to the algorithm.
Ooh.
All right? Don't be a
I
slave
don't need all
to
that
it.
extra in the background.
Don't be a slave to the algorithm. All right? Figure out your own algorithm in life, do your own programming, and then lead in your own way to get the best results for you, not where the algorithm is sending you.
That's
Now,
good.
before
That's
we
good.
go to Don, I don't know if y'all should take any of that advice because he ain't ate in 40 days.
But he's at
Might be
his
delusional.
he's at his
It doesn't
purest.
matter. If
He
you are willing
fasted.
to not eat for 40 days and 40 nights,
Tough, man.
I'm not listening to him. And he's wearing a military shirt. Don, what do you have? What do you have?
Military man.
Something that I always preach: positivity, man. Stay positive, no matter what you're going through. Times are hard out here. A lot of people are going through things, whether they show it or not. Stay positive. Check on your friends. If they really your friends, they'll check on you. Don't always be the person that's checking on someone. Sometimes, you need to be checked on too. So pay attention to people that are checking up on you. Lastly, man, just keep your head up. Like, don't hold your head about nothing. Like, you can get through anything. It's gonna take hard work, dedication, positivity, man. That's it. That's my
All
advice.
right, Green Eyes, what you got, brother?
Man, stop going out of y'all way to be mean to people, man. I've been on threads this past like couple weeks, just kind of figuring out, how that ticks and what makes it work. And it's just I just go down different threads and I just see comments and replies to different threads, and it's like people just go out of their way to just continue narratives or just flat out be mean. Like I've made a comment about Cardi B's new song on on some blog Instagram, and the way that I got attacked by some people is just like, fam, you don't know me, dog.
Yeah.
Like, why would you go out of your way to like dig at my family, dig
they say
at my
to you?
profession, dig at my age and everything? I just said I didn't like the song. I said, so my comment was, Cardi B, her song's name is Outside. I said she should have stayed inside the studio until the song was good. Say what? The song the song is just okay. And she built it up to be this big thing, and then I made a comment, and then my family got attacked. I got called broke. I got called all type of shit.
Well,
just because I ain't like a song, man.
I'm just gonna say it again. I mentioned this earlier in the show. I'm really offended at Cardi B's lyrics. I'm so small and tiny. He's so big and tall. Might let him dunk this. You know what? Like he dunk a ball.
Come on,
I'm
man.
a big freak.
gotta
Come
dunk.
and get a sneak peek. Back it up like Beak Beak. Make it leak. That offends me. We should not be doing that right now. And then she mentioned LeBron and Savannah. You should not mention NBA legacy.
Hey, man.
You should not do
What's
that.
say about them?
She said she want to freak off with Savannah. That bothers me.
Cardi B is a rat. And I'm tired of y'all promoting this rat. She's a rat. She went and got fake teeth. She done went and did fake body. And y'all keep letting Master Splinter's oldest daughter get in front of a microphone and a camera and do her chucking and her antics. She's not a sex symbol.
Now, Cardi
it's not
B-
real.
Now, Cardi, you are welcome on the Poor Horsemen. I don't know what he's saying.
I don't know
And
what
I'ma say the
Energizer
same
talking
thing
about.
when she show up.
Hey,
I fuck with Cardi.
Y'all can.
Ed, I'll put in on your next teeth budget if we have to. All right, Aubrey, what you got for the people?
I would say never stop learning. You are not too old to learn anything, even if it's picking up a book and reading. And always remember to stay in your own lane. Stop comparing yourself to other individuals and comparing your success to them, because what God has for you is what God has for you, period.
All right, 40 days and 40 nights. Thank you for giving up some advice today. So I want to leave us with this. So I was in a scenario about 3 days ago. I was sitting in a room, and it was in a room where I was the probably the least successful, least proficient, least everything in this room. And I found myself kind of like playing the background for a little bit. And I told myself something like in real time, like, why would I choose to be irrelevant? Like in this moment, why would I choose to do that? So I took a moment to be like, that ain't me. Like I would never do that. And then I started to turn on what LP turns on. And the rewards from that have been great. So I would encourage anybody, why would you choose to be irrelevant in anything that you do? I don't care if you flipping burgers. I don't care if you driving a bus. I don't care if you teaching. I don't care if you work at a bar. I don't care if you're doing a podcast. You are not irrelevant. Like there is someone who is watching you, who is looking for you, and then you are encouraging them in everything that you do every day. So in that, I'm a person who's rarely irrelevant. Like most spaces that I walk in, just because of stature, like I'm kind of seen. But there were people in there bigger than me, like taller, bigger, everything. So just know that you have a place in everything and never be irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
That's fine.
So that's been episode 354 of the Pour Horsemen. Energizer, turn us up for a little bit. The bar is open. We encourage y'all to hang out with us for a little bit, and we out.
Yep.